Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
The Bills make it work. Kick your heels up and down.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
We are live, and we are back. Welcome. We're here to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And listen, we're excited because football is just a few days away. The season opener is here, and we're ready to go. So listen. We got an action-packed show. I always wanted to say that, action-packed show. And we got a lot of things going on. But let me introduce the cast. I have, our guy, yours truly, Matt, a.k.a. Matty Ice, a.k.a. All Black Matt. Matt, what's up with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Just ready to get this show going, man. It's week one. We got a jam-packed show. We got a lot of things coming up, and we got the regular season coming up. I'm excited.
Wonderful. And Rad, man, how you doing, man? What's up?
Man, I'm ready, bro. Week one, like Matt said, we got the Steelers, bro. I can't wait, bro. I mean, we gonna get to predictions, but I got a hell of a one coming up for y'all, man. I can't wait. Let's go.
Absolutely. Listen, we about to get it going. But first, we have to tell the people, Matt, who is, sponsoring this show. You got to unmute, Matt.
You muted, Matt. On the screen. On your computer.
Messing up. Left my headphones, so I'm trying to keep my mic off mute when I'm not talking. Might be. But this show, this week and every week, is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here on the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football, and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings, it's Wings 101. Over 101 different flavors and a beloved Wing of the Month special. Wing Kings is sure to school any other wing place around. With a new location opening up in the University District very, very soon, I'm being told, probably first couple weeks of football season. Be on the lookout for that. Hit them up for any of your wing needs, any Bills games, any parties, or just, a random night. You're craving some chicken wings. Hit Buffalo Wing Kings up. Stop by their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they have the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure to shout out the Overdue Bills podcast. When you go in, you get 10% off your order.
Absolutely. Listen, we're ready, man. Let's get this energy going. I'm excited. We're just trying to get everything right. It's not our first rodeo. We was here with you last year. But listen, we got merch. We got a whole bunch of it. Listen, we ready to get it off. We got people right now hitting us up every day for merch. Shout out to the merch team that we have over at the Overdue Bills podcast. Listen, shirts, hoodies, and it's getting to that weather. You know what I'm saying? When you go outside in the morning, it's a little cold. You get to pop a little hoodie on, walk to the store, whatever you need to do. So we got it all for you. Just hit us up, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit us up directly. We take all forms of, every payment. We take it over. Listen, whatever you need, we got it. Get your Bills gear for this Sunday. And also, listen, I gotta tell y'all this. Y'all got to go to the overduebillspod.com, man. You just have to go to the website. You got to go check out the website, man. We got the website going. Shout out to the editor-in-chief, Mike Daniels. He's back, off vacation. He took a little bit of hiatus, but he's back. The articles will be coming. So please go to the overduebillspod.com. We have everything you need. All right.
Be looking out for the store on the website soon, coming soon. We're looking out for that. We're gonna have it cooking it up.
Listen, absolutely. We just getting that ready. So you'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Let me tell you this though. Let me give you the lay of the land on this season. You've been with us last year. I know many of you probably will be coming back. We had a lot of off-season interviews. We had some shows in the off-season, so please go check those out. But I know we're getting our fan base back. The Bill season is here. So let you know, every Monday we will be with you, recapping the game and then previewing the next coming game. And also, like we did last year, we will have another pundit, from the opposite team that will be with us someday during the week. This Thursday, we have our guy Stryker from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to chop it up with him, do a Buffalo Bills / Pittsburgh Steelers review. It's about to get crazy. Listen, it's about to get crazy. We're excited here at the Overdue Bills Pod. Are y'all excited, Matt? You excited, man?
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to get my guy Stryker on. He has some stuff going on today. He posted about and it got me excited for our interview coming up on Thursday. Definitely be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. We're excited for that. And listen, let's get into the show, man. Quick question of the day. Let me ask you this. What's more likely? All right. Josh Allen to have more rushing yards at the end of the year or more passing yards at the end of the year than he had last season. Last year, he had 421 rushing yards. That may come up later in the show. And then last year, he also had, I think, 4,550, if I'm not mistaken, 4,550, 4,550 yards passing last year. So I'm going to ask you this, Matt. What's more likely? Will he have more rushing yards this year or more passing yards? And if he's going to increase in both, which one will he increase in more, if you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to go with passing, one, because we have an extra game. So he'll have that chance to throw for, another 300-yard game. But I think, it's his time to get up in that Drew Brees, that Jameis Winston when he had crazy season, 5,000 yards echelon, Patrick Mahomes echelon. I think it's that time. So I think his passing yards will go up from last year. I think it's more likely for that than his rushing yards.
Yeah. With that extra game, I think Gabe Davis emergence, Emmanuel Sanders coming over, Beasley being good already. I can see the passing game going even more crazy. I actually think, more the rushing duties in general is going to go in the hands of the running backs, around the goal line and such. So I think that's going to cut back on not only rushing yards, but also touchdowns too. So yeah, I definitely got to go passing yards on this one.
For me, I think this is tough. But I'll probably say passing yards. I don't think Josh Allen will run as much. I honestly think that the rushing total will come down. I don't think it's going to increase this year. And the reason being is because, and I know it was only one preseason game for about a couple series, but I think that he's so confident in his arm that he's going, he's doing that with, that kind of, I don't want to use the word Aaron Rodgers because I don't really like him, but that Aaron Rodgers-esque or Tom Brady-esque to wait. You see what's going on, but you'll wait. Besides running first, you'll wait and let the play happen. And then, at the last minute, get the ball off and go for 20 yards, throw for 20 yards. So I think that he's going to do more of that this year. So I can say definitely the passing yards will go up. But again, like I said, those total things, we were going to talk about that in our prediction segment. But Matt, let me go to you real quickly because, Matt, you had a 53-man roster prediction segment. So let me ask you just quickly, Matt, how do you think you did?
I think I did about as close as I could have, I guess, in that sense of it. There were some shockers, I think, to everybody. One being Hollister, didn't actually sign to another team in the division. And then I honestly expected my boy Cam Lewis to get on, but they talked about Saron Neal. I think McDermott was talking about him, and he said that he's one of the surest tacklers on the team. So that really helped his case to be on the field for defense, but also special teams. So they couldn't cut a guy like that. And then, they released 4 protected bills today for the practice squad. So and Cam Lewis is on there. So I think they're going to keep him around just for depth, in case one of those guys goes down, or if one is faltering, he will get the call up quick, because he did have a good preseason, and he's been in the system for a couple of years. So I liked him. So overall, I think I did pretty well. I mean, other people may have a different opinion, but I was pretty close.
Absolutely. Shout out to Matt. Please go to that 53-man production that we had. We had the screens was kind of crazy. We had some new graphics. So shout out to us here at the Overdue Bills Pod. Listen, we're excited. If you're in the comments, let us know what part of Buffalo you are at right now. Just hit us in the comments. Let us know where you at. East side, north side, south side, riverside, wherever. You know what I mean? Let us know where you at, even if you out of town. But listen, let's get into this show. We're excited. We're excited about this show. And we're going to start like this. Last year we did this, and I'm going to put Matt and Rad in the minds of our coaches, right? We're starting this preview show for this season, and I'm going to go to Rad first. Because, Rad, I want you to get into the mind of a Sean McDermott, right? I need you to get to the mind of a Sean McDermott. Understand that last year, 13-3, right? We have 20 starters coming back out of 22 last year. So pretty much we still have our team, our core in lockstep. And I thought about it earlier this morning. I was at work talking to some people, and even though last year we kind of talked about this, but this year more than ever, when you look at ESPN, Fox, every sports show, the Buffalo Bills are not up and coming anymore, right? We're not the sleeper team. The Buffalo Bills are being talked about as Super Bowl contenders. Like, when you go through all of the pundits, some of them is like, listen, I got the Bills going to the Super Bowl. I got the Bills coming out the AFC. So, Rad, if you're a Sean McDermott, how do you keep that blue collar mentality that we have? How do you keep that, let's get to let's go to work every day? How do you keep those guys hungry, knowing that we're the cream of the crop now?
I think being in Buffalo, in our small market, I think that helps a lot. I think, I don't think we feel like a big team just on a rise. I mean, I don't think we feel like some big, crazy expectations, even though it don't feel like it, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think, Sean McDermott just keep doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's a great motivator. He's even keel. He doesn't have high highs or low lows. He gonna keep, that's what we want our team to be. That's what we want Josh to be. I think Josh got more control of the offense. I think the ball. I think he's great with the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. His staff is one of the best staffs in the league. I think we just got confidence. It's not like, I don't know. I think here is just confident. We know what we got to do. We know we're good. You know what I mean? I don't think it was real fluky. It was like dominant. I think we got the talent here, and I think we're just confident. It's a confidence here. It's not like, man, do we got to prove that we really this good from last year? I think everybody really know we really was this good last year. And this year we're just going, I think we're going to steamroll a lot of teams. I think we're going to steamroll a lot of teams, and I think we're confident. I think Josh Allen is confident. I think our team got his personality. You know what I mean? I think we're going to steamroll.
So Matt, let me ask you this. How do you feel, Matt, as a fan? And this is to everybody in the comments. How do we feel like being at the top? Because I know in our lifetime, I can't say that. I mean, maybe somebody else can, but, we on this show, we really can't say that. We've always been, meddling, in the middle, or, trying to fight for a playoff spot, or just bad, just really bad. But now, we're there. Like, we're at the top. Everybody's speaking our name. Matt, how do you feel about that as a fan, and how do you go about that?
Well, I'm like I said, I'm a season ticket holder, so I haven't been around besides last year. We didn't get to go in every. I'm gonna go back to our interview with Pinto Ron. We had definitely can check that out on YouTube and our website. Shout out Pinto Ron. He mentioned he's never gone into a Bills game where he thought that we weren't gonna win, right? So I didn't have that same mentality going into every Bills game that I went to in the past, 10 years. Looking at it now, I'm going into every Bills game thinking that we're going to win. I don't see anybody that's going to beat us. Then that's a crazy mindset to have. And it's not like, a typical Buffalo fan. Hey, yeah, we're going to win on Sunday. No, this is a real thing. Like, everybody we're going to be favorites in every game, probably heavy favorites, almost a touchdown, I would say, for majority of games, favorites in Vegas, if any gamblers out there. But we're coming into every game kind of not just thinking, we're almost knowing that we're going to win. And I think we got a lot of vets on this team that are going to keep everybody grounded and kind of say, hey, we're really good, but we didn't get to where we wanted to be last year. You allude to the Diggs watching the celebration of the AFC Championship when they went to the Super Bowl, right? He stood out there for another hour after the game.
Absolutely.
He didn't forget that. I don't think the guys are going to let anybody forget that, or they're going to remind them of that when we're getting too big, if we're getting to that point. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like that.
So with that being said, let's talk about Brian Dabo. And Matt, I'm gonna go to you, right? You're Brian Dabo. So let me ask you this, Matt, because he's coming off an offseason where the fact is Brian Dabo should be an NFL head coach, right? He just should be. But he's not. He had to come back to the Bills. So let me ask you this, Matt. If you're Brian Dabo, how do you keep the guys motivated, number one, on that offensive side? And number two, are you going to rely on the pass so heavily like we did last year?
I guess to answer the part one to your question, to keep everybody motivated, I mean, he's a guy who can draw something up for anybody on the offense. We've seen it with Isaiah McKenzie, with Gabriel Davis, obviously with Diggs, Beasley. So I think he's going to be able, with the group that we have, he's going to be able to dial it up and have fun. Those guys are going to probably have the most fun they've ever had, and they're getting paid millions of dollars to do it. So that is going to be great for them. That's going to be able to keep them in it. And as far, I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question? I'm sorry.
So as far as the offense, are we going to rely on the pass heavy? Because Eddie in the comments is saying we need to throw more to the tight end, a la Knox. But yeah, so how you feel?
Well, I think as a whole, we will definitely obviously we're a passing team now. As we talk about it all the time. We're a passing team. I hope that they do get the running backs more involved a little bit, though, just for a clock management wise, because we were scoring at a pretty fast rate last year. I don't know exactly the average time we were scoring, but we were in a lot of games where Josh was getting the ball at the end and we were taking late leads.
Right.
I don't want to be in that position in a lot of games. I either want to be up a lot or, up a score or two, and we're able to run the ball. We're able to kill 3-4 minutes with the run game that we weren't able to do last year. So in that sense, I think that we are going to be very pass dependent, but I hope that the run game can help out later in games.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna forego the defensive side, and I'm gonna take the liberty to do that because I think our defense. Hopefully, we're bend but don't break. Hopefully, we see some good things on our defensive line, and we're kind of gonna talk about that in a minute when we talk about the MVP of offense and the defense of the Buffalo Bills. But what I want to do now is I want to go right into our over/under segment. Right, I want to go semi-betting segment because I got some things written down, and I want to talk heavily about the offense because that's really the focal point of our team, right? So I'm going to go to you, Matt, and this is everybody in the comments. I need you to answer. When I was looking up these things, I may or may not have placed some wagers. I may or may not. Just throw it out there like that. We're talking about Josh Allen. Matt, they have Josh Allen at 4,499.5 yards. Give me the over or under.
I'm going to go over. Like I said earlier, I think this is the year he breaks the 5,000. He's got to get in that 5,000 club. And I think this is the year he's going to do it. I think, and especially with the extra game, say he's got that extra little bit to catch up to that. So he was pretty close to that last year. I think he'll surpass that for sure. I say over.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with the over. Even with who you got? What's the guy name you said we need to throw to the tight end more?
Eddie Ills.
Yeah, but yeah, even I mean, I'm not so hung on that, but I think we're gonna control more of that middle field with Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders, and I think we're gonna. I mean, if Knox really not getting the job done, I don't care. Let's go 4 wide. He can be on the floor, but I'd rather have Emmanuel out there and Gabe and just let's run, let's go. You know what I mean? I think that type of mindset is we gonna try to score often, and I think that. How quickly we pass the ball is going to, it's pretty much substitute the run game anyway. It doesn't really, we get them yards. And I think Josh is going to reason get them yards. So yes, I think he's going to definitely take the over on that.
Okay. Matt, over under 34.5 touchdowns for Josh Allen this year.
Just passing touchdowns?
Passing touchdowns.
I'm gonna go over.
Wow.
I'm gonna go over. As same deal. I think the passing touchdowns they're gonna go with it. I predict. I'm gonna say it right now. I say he goes 5,100 yards and 41 passing touchdowns this year.
Woo! I like
Lighten
it.
it up. Lighten it up.
I like it. Rad, you go over on the 34.5?
Well, you got to the extra game in itself, tends to that. I think in an emergence of Gabe Davis being another big body, he can get the ball to in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Along with him, you know what I mean? So I think Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs is going, they touchdowns is going up this year for sure.
I like it. And I have to go over too. Josh Allen.
How many touchdowns did Diggs even have last year? Like 5, 4, like something small, right?
7.
He had 7.
No. Diggs had 8 touchdowns last year. He had 8 touchdowns.
I think including playoffs though, because Gabriel Davis was our touchdown leader. I think in the regular season with 6. I want to say.
I think
Gabe Davis had 7 touchdowns last year.
And Diggs had less than that. So
Diggs had 8 touchdowns last year.
Okay. So I think those going up. I can see Diggs definitely hitting double-digit touchdowns for sure.
Okay, so do you have Stephon Diggs with the emergence, right? We have a Gabe Davis. We have an Emmanuel Sanders. We have a Cole Beasley, right? Isaiah McKenzie. And I'm sure Josh Allen is going to spread the ball around. We have a Knox. Will Stephon Diggs go over 1,350 passing or rather receiving yards? Because last year, obviously, he had the big 1,500 leading the league. Do you think that he's going to go over that, Matt? 1,350.
1,350.
1,350.
I'm gonna. You know what? This is no downplay to Diggs, but I'm gonna go under.
Wow.
Just with the fact that I think that the other guys are gonna kind of take away from him a little bit, and it's no shade to Diggs or anything like that. It's very, very tough to get a 1,500 yard season as a receiver, and I just don't see with the guys we have in that room him duplicating that. I hope he does, but I'm gonna go with just under. It's not like he's gonna be way under. I'm thinking like 12 in that range, but I think he's gonna go under.
Right.
I actually take the over. Right. I feel like that Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams feel. That's like Josh is looking for. You know what I mean? It's like that's the guy. That's the guy. You know what I mean? And I feel like that relationship is there, and he's confident there. He's gonna look to him early, often, get Diggs the ball quick, early, and often. He's gonna have 12 to 15 targets a game, essentially. I think. So yeah, I'll take that over. I'll take the chance there.
I guess the only asterisk I will put on that is like it all depends on our wide receiver room and if they stay healthy too, because I know last year we lost Smoke for 7 games of the season. Yeah. So Diggs kind of had to put it in overdrive. Diggs and Beasley kind of had to put it in overdrive for that. And they got a lot of the longer touches. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that that could affect it too. If Emmanuel Sanders obviously stays healthy, everybody stays healthy. I'm gonna stick with my under with that, but that's another component in that scenario.
So let me ask y'all this. Obviously, we know we're going to pass the ball heavily, right? We even see that in the preseason. But at the end of the day, we still drafted 2 running backs in the top 4 rounds, Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. And when you look at last year, they had they really had just under 1,200 yards. So I'm going to ask you this. Just with those 2 running backs combined and nobody else, do you think that they will have over or under 1,200 yards this season? Matt?
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go. I think that they both have the ability to produce when they get the ball. I think another year with the continuity of the linemen, and obviously we're gonna be in 4 wide receiver sets, and you're not gonna be able to load up the box at all. They're gonna get their opportunities in a way that Devin was looking a lot quicker. He was able to get like a little bit bigger chunks of yardage. And even Zach Moss, I think he has an ability to get 15, 20 on any kind of carries. So I think they're going to go over.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under. I think when Dabo get rolling, man, we don't need him. You know what I mean? We don't need him. So especially between the 20s. So I think they're going to be more hopefully, I hope they're more involved, in the red zone. Maybe Zach Moss lead the team in rushing touchdowns. But between the 20s, when the ball get rolling, man, we going. So I'll take the under on that.
So real quickly, Gabe Davis over 7 touchdowns or under 7 touchdowns this year?
Over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with just at 7. I think he's gonna match the 7 this year.
Okay. All right. Just real quickly, I'm gonna throw these defensive numbers at you too. Tre'Davious White over under 3 interceptions.
I'm gonna go over this year, and I'll tell you why. The way that he presses and the way that he covers people, I think with our defensive line getting a little bit more of a rush, he will get those quicker throws, and he'll get that window. He'll be able to close it up a little faster. So I'm gonna go over.
Right.
I go under. I just go under. I'll go under.
Okay. Jerry Hughes over under 7 sacks this year.
Under. I'll go under. I think the young boy is gonna take over. I think I don't know if we're gonna get to her, but I think Rousseau gonna lead the league and lead our team in sacks.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna piggyback on that.
Okay. I really didn't want to get into, too much of the defense right now, but let me transition. We're going a little bit rapid fire because in a minute we're about to do expectation versus reality, and we're going to go through every game. We're going to go through every game that the Bills have on the schedule, and we're going to do our predictions as far as wins and losses. So I know y'all excited about that. So we're just kind of, going through some, quick over-under previewing the season because we have an interview with our guy Stryker from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're going to get deep into those games, right? We're going to get deep into those games. It's definitely during the interviews. So we just want to hit some things here, give our predictions out, and, let's start the season off right. So let me ask you this, Matt. Let me go win totals. I was looking at maybe a couple books, maybe not. And they got us at – I'm going to just throw this out there real quickly. They got us at 11 wins. Over or under that, Matt, real quickly?
Definitely over for me.
Right.
Over.
Okay, we're going to get into that. I just wanted to see where we're at. If anybody was out there that may or may not be, doing something. That's for y'all. But, all right, let me ask y'all this. I'm
gonna just stop you though. I'm loving the totals that they're giving us. So I'm gonna tell you that much. The Josh Allen, the over under win totals. I don't know what the sack totals are for the young boy, or even like the touchdowns maybe for Diggs. You might want to pull some money out of your crypto for a second and just that ain't gonna. I don't think it's gonna go up before the end of the season. So you can put it right back in with your winnings.
Listen, I'm asking these questions. I've been doing a little bit of deep diving in it. You know what I'm saying? So they freshen my mind. So I had to get those out. But we're going to transition here. We're going to transition here into expectation versus reality. We're gonna go through every game. Expectation, our trusty segment. And Matt, can you tell the people who sponsors this segment?
Yes, sir. This segment is brought to you by Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking to get a pet? Or do you know someone who has a pet? And there's only one place to send them for everything to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, a knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you everything set up or maintain whatever setup you have. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff located at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, or give them a call at 716-874-1951 and tell them the Overdue Bills podcast sent you and get 10% off your order.
Shout out to Buffalo Pet Supply. As I say every week, your expectation is their reality. All right, so listen. Let's do this. We're going to look at the schedule. And we're going to go through it, and let's get our predictions, man. We're not going to go real lengthy on why we feel this way. We're going to give, a few nuggets of knowledge, and we're just going to keep it moving because obviously we have 17 games. All right, first game up, Matt. I'm going to you first. Buffalo Bills against the Steelers. First home game here, at Highmark Stadium. It's going to be rocking. The Bills faithful is going to be in their seats. You're going to be there. Matt, let me hear your prediction of this first game.
It's going to be a win. I'll get more into it Thursday with our guy Stryker, and we'll get a lot more into detail about it, but it's going to be a win.
Rad.
Yeah, I think it's a blowout.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think the Steelers, whatever. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. Big Ben had a great career, Hall of Fame career. But whatever they were, you know what I mean. We're like, it's like almost changing of the guard this game. We're about to smack them. Big Ben is gonna be his last year. I think Josh Allen's floor is Big Ben right now. You know what I mean? I think his floor is Big Ben type of career. So I think it's the changing of the guard. I think we're the better team. We got the better quarterback. I think McDermott is going to be about to have a 10-year run in Buffalo or something like that. So I think Buffalo Bills, not the new Steelers, but looked at in that light. You know what I mean? So I think, that's what I think it's a blowout. I don't think it's complete. I think Big Ben is done.
I want to do this. First of all, listen, everybody that's watching, shout out to you. Please like and share this, video. Please share it with everybody on Facebook, on YouTube. We're everywhere. But let me say this, because me and Matt was talking about this in our pre-production. Generally when you go into these games, we look at who has the better quarterback. And going into that, Matt, right, we're going to get to like week 5 and 6. I want to talk about that real strongly. But let's go into this Dolphins game. This is a Dolphins game at Miami. I don't know if anybody else is going down there. I may be going. Shout out to Miami. But so I'm going to go to Matt. How do you feel about the Dolphins game? Give me your prediction. Win or loss?
I'm gonna go with a win. I mean, I'm gonna keep the narrative going that we're just gonna keep running through the division. I mean, I don't think that any of the quarterbacks in our division are better than Josh, and I think that our team is better than the Dolphins. Also, even up to last week, they're talking about trading for Deshaun Watson. So is that kind of stuff getting into his head? Is he gonna try to do too much early in the season to try to solidify a spot? I don't know. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, with the Dolphins caster coming up, but we'll dive into that. But I'm gonna say it's a win.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a win too. Even though I am kind of high on Tua this year. I think he got nice little weapons. I think he's in a good situation. I like Miami, what they doing down there. It is. I think it's gonna be a good early test for us. But I think we just Josh Allen and our guys on a different level. You know what I mean? We shooting for something bigger. So I think we win that game.
All right, Washington Redskins. We're here home again, so I'm gonna go to Rad. I'm gonna go back to you. How do you feel about this game against, our tried and true guy who was here on our team?
I love these guys. I love the Dolphins, Washington. I love those two games back to back. You know what I mean? Because I think those quality teams. I think Washington defense and their D line is at home is something I want to see. I want to see our offense against that. Fitzy is always gutsy, a tough out. And that's a tough Ron Rivera coach team. Sean McDermott, they got history. They know each other. So I'm interested in that game. I think that's a real test for us, but I think we win. I think Josh Allen is, obviously the better quarterback. I think we got the better offense, and I think we're home, and that give us that edge. So I think we win. I think we beat. Sorry, did I say the old name? The Washington football team.
Yes. Matt.
It's a win for me for sure.
I think the schedule. And Eddie talked about it. We do have somewhat of a difficult schedule, but I do like our first 4 games, right? Our first 4 games definitely seem winnable. We do have the best quarterback, and obviously we're going to say the Texans, but I'm sure I know what y'all going to say, so let me Rad.
Oh, smoke.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's a home game. I mean, it don't matter. I'm saying it's going to be – we probably not playing in the fourth quarter, I'm saying, type thing. Third quarter, maybe, type stuff.
Matt.
Yeah, we might get a Mitchie T sighting that game. No,
I think that's the game, the players pencil in to get they're going to get a lot of stats. You know what I'm saying? We might see Josh Allen throw 400 yards. Like, it's one of those games. Texans are terrible. But I wanted to set this up because week 5 and week 6 is really what I'm looking at, right? We have the bye after those games. And obviously these are 2 teams who we lost to last year. And they're really revenge games, right? We have the Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. And as I was talking to somebody at my job, I think this is where we're going to see where the Bills is at. Right, we're gonna see the rubber is going to meet the road here. We're gonna see, you know what I mean? Like, where are we at? Like, are we really that team? And so I'm gonna go to you, Matt. We play Kansas City in Kansas City. So how do you feel about that game, Matt? You could give a little bit more explanation on it.
Yeah, so that game, I'm gonna give us another win. I think we're gonna go in there and it's gonna be a little different. If now this is all dependent on, if our new pass rushers kind of step into the role that I think they're going to, and they can kind of hurry up Mahomes, and we're able to not let them run for a couple 100 yards. And then also I think Dabo was kind of embarrassed as an offensive coordinator not being able to do anything in the playoff game. So I think that's going to be his game that he's like, I gotta make sure I have everything going. And we're just, we're going to take everything out of the kitchen sink here. And I think they're going to come out with a win in Kansas City.
That's the tough game. You know what I mean? In Kansas City, it's tough. That's where, it's tough for me. And Yeah, I say that's our first loss right there. I think it's a tough game in Kansas City. Both high-powered offense. It's gonna be a tough out, but I lean toward. I know Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, they real. I'm not gonna act like we're just better than them. But I say Chiefs win that game at home. That's why I give them the edge.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Like I'm reserving the right to see. I want to see at least the first game of the season to see where everybody's at. But so Matt, let's go to that next game. I think the Tennessee Titans is going to be a little bit of a different game. I don't think they're the team that they were last year. And obviously last year we were under a lot of COVID things going on. I think Tre'Davious White did not play that game. It was a little bit of uncertainty. So Matt, I'm gonna ask you, man. We're in Tennessee. How do you feel about that game?
That game is going to be where I think we catch our first loss because I was looking at the Titans schedule and they kind of have a cakewalk up until our game. They play, they play some guys in their division, which is like, I think they have a tough game in Indy, I think in week 3, but I think this will be the game where we're going to be coming off a high of Kansas City and the Tennessee Titans are just going to be sharp and they're going to catch us at the end, I think. So that's going to be our first loss. I've penciled in for sure.
I kind of lean with Rad. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of lean with Rad that I would honestly prefer us to kind of lose to Kansas City than lose to Tennessee. If we lose to Tennessee, I think that's a red flag for me. I don't like that at all. Tennessee is not necessarily a good team. Their defense sucks this year. They just lost their offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. I don't see it, and I think we're a better offensive team than them, and we have a better quarterback. So I hope we don't lose to Tennessee, but that remains to be seen. We have the bye there, and then the Miami Dolphins are coming to us. So Rad, how do you feel about that game?
Yeah, I'm picking every home game. I don't think we lose at home this year.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm picking every home game. So yeah, we Bills on it.
Matt?
Yeah, Josh Allen is the Dolphins' dad. He's going to continue to be their dad for, I think, his whole career. And especially, I think, if it goes the way I think it's going to go, we come off that loss and the bye, they're going to come out for blood for sure.
Wonderful. We can go through these two games real quickly. At the Jaguars.
Smoke. In Florida, good weather. We're going to have good weather. Our offense, good weather is bad news, period.
At the Jets.
Smoke.
Yep.
Interesting game coming up though. November 21st. Indianapolis Colts come to us, right? We had a strong game against the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, it was a toss-up. It was a 50-50 split. In the playoffs, they don't have Phillip Rivers. They have Carson Wentz. I believe by that time they should be healthy. I mean, they have a little health concerns going on right now. So, Rad, how do you feel about that game? Do you think that's a letdown game coming off those 2 big wins we should have?
I think that's a shift game, right? Because they're going to try to, hold the ball. They're gonna run. They got that big old line. Jonathan Taylor gonna try to give him the ball 20-some times, get Josh Allen off the field, low scoring. Wentz not trying to make no mistakes. You know what I mean? I think use his tight ends. They're gonna be having 2 tight ends on the ground. So I think it's gonna be that type of game. You know what I mean? And it's gonna show. Can we win those type of game? And I think it's gonna be a good test for us. But I got us winning. I think Josh gonna overcome that and is out once again. I'm picking every home game. So yeah, I got us winning that game too.
Matt.
Yeah, same. I got the home field advantage on that one, and I think just it's going to come down to a quarterback battle, and we have the better quarterback at the end of the day in that game.
So at the Saints, Sean Payton, famous Jameis, Michael Thomas should be back by then. How do you feel about that game, Matt?
I think we've Josh Allen's undefeated on Thanksgiving. I think he keeps the train rolling, man. That's a Thanksgiving game, right? So. I think it's going to be another one. We're going to go down there and get that win.
Right?
Yeah, I think the New Orleans at New Orleans it plays fast, and that affects our offense. I think in a good way. I think we're gonna play fast with them, and we're gonna score. We're gonna score more. If we want to get in a shootout with the Bills, I think you lose that. It's only a few teams that can compete with that, and I don't think the Saints is one of them.
Right. So the Patriots are at the Bills. We're getting to these divisional games here. And how do y'all feel about that? Because I got some strong opinions on this game.
I mean, I'm not, once they switched to Mac Jones, I'm not saying Cam Newton, I was scared of Cam Newton either, but I think Mac Jones being a rookie, just not knowing what he's doing truly. And I think, we take advantage of that McDermott defense, and our offense is just, I don't think they can score with us, especially with a rookie under there. And they don't got no dynamic playmakers on the offside of the ball. So I'm not scared of the Patriots. I know Bill Belichick is a tough out, but I still got the Bills winning that.
Yeah, same. I got the Bills winning, and we'll have a little extra time to prepare. I know Bill will have a little bit of extra time to prepare, but we're going to come in off of Thanksgiving. We're going to get another primetime game at home, Monday nighter.
Right.
The high mark is going to be crazy. That rookie coming in is not going to be in an atmosphere like that all season. So I think we're going to get another win there.
All right, and I think this next game, I think I'm going to this game. We're at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? We're playing Tom Brady. The whole thing, defending, Super Bowl champs. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a crazy game. It's at 4:25, so I like that time slot. But how do y'all feel? Do y'all think that this is by y'all estimation, our second loss? Matt, how do you feel?
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up losing one of those games where Tom Brady marches down in the end and takes it from us. They're we're gonna do everything we're supposed to do all game long, and he's just gonna come in with his normal fourth quarter drive, end of the game drive, and take it from us. I think this will be our second loss here.
Right?
I go Bills win. I think it's gonna be, and we in Tampa, gonna be, it ain't gonna have to worry about no weather, and I think we're the better offense. You know what I mean? I think we're the better offense. I think we got the more dynamic offense. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna go out there. I think we're gonna outscore them. I think we're just gonna outscore them. I think Josh MVP this year, and this is that moment. It's like, yo, I'm MVP. You know what I mean? I think he won his game. He solidified his MVP. Period, and that's what he's gonna do.
I like that energy, Rad. I definitely like that energy. So let's go to this next game. Carolina Panthers.
At home, I'm picking.
Yes. Okay. Matt?
Yeah, just another win.
Bingo.
Yeah, just another win.
I'm gonna smoke them boys.
All right. Do you think we get a third loss against the Patriots when we go there? Next game?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I think we sweep the division again this year.
All right. No. Falcons, we're at home, so y'all saying yes?
Smoke. Yes.
So Smoke. The Jets, obviously, we're saying yes.
Smoke.
Yeah.
All right, so Matt, what's your total? What's your win total?
15-2. Just the two losses. I know. With the extra game, I think that's it for me. 15-2. I want to go 17-0, but I gotta give us. I can't.
Matt gotta chill.
And I was gonna mention that we would maybe not start guys in the Jets game, but I think our backups are better than the Jets starters. So I that's what I'm. Jesus. Yeah, I think we're deep. We're a deep team, man. So I'm Mitchie T starting. I'm okay with that week 17.
Yeah, I mean, I do. When I was going through, I was like, man, we're gonna be winning. But I do think potentially, that last game is iffy because if people play, whatever. But it was 17-1 for me. You know what I mean? It was, I had us losing to the Chiefs because we was there. Is that different? I understand the Titans is a little tough team. I understand Buccaneers. For me, it's Chiefs, Titans, Buccaneers are the key away games for me. And it's like, I mean. I know them three we can't lose, but I feel like if Josh Allen, the MVP, the step he gonna take, I think the best offensive coordinator in the league. I think them two. I think he gonna win those games. He gonna be an MVP.
Okay, so let's talk about we're gonna talk about some awards in a second, some early season awards, but so we're winning the division by that estimation. Are we coming out the AFC, Matt?
I think yes. I think the Chiefs and the Titans will have a couple more slip-up games in their division. I know the Chiefs play the Chargers a couple games, and the Raiders always somehow end up beating them one time a year. So I think that the division play will help us out in that aspect. So I think yes, we will come out of the AFC.
Right.
I want to say it. I can't. I'm not yet to bet against Mahomes yet. He's been in the AFC Championship every year of his career. He's won it every year of his career. I'm sorry, he lost it. He lost it once to Tom Brady once, but he's been in there every year. You know what I mean? And right now, and if I got us losing to them, they probably gonna have home field, and I don't like that. Until we become, I feel like I'm confident to say we're gonna beat them in that game at their home field. That's when I'm gonna be like, yeah, we gonna win it all. But I think they're gonna have home field potentially, and if that's the case, I'll have to take the Chiefs in that.
Well, that's what I was kind of saying with the division too. Is I think we're going to be the number 1 seed coming out.
Okay.
Too, and then that's going to help.
That changes for me.
That's going to help us win. Yeah, that's going to help us win later on.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all this, Matt. So you have us going to the Super Bowl? Is that correct?
I do. I think it's now or never. Yeah, not now or never, but I think it's now. I think it's now or we have to do it in the next couple of years here. But I think this is it, man.
Rad? No,
not this year.
Wow.
I think, especially next year. I don't know. I want to believe it, but I think the Chiefs is like, the Chiefs still. You know what I mean? Still think it's still a big bad wolf there. It's still somebody that we got to overcome, and I want to see it this year, and I got to see it to see if we can overcome them boys. I think they're really good, and I think we're great, and I think they're better. So it shows you how great they is over there. You know what I'm saying? That's all I see.
Raz, tough cookie to crack, man. So let's do this. Let's give out some awards, right now. And if you're in the comments, you could definitely give out these awards with us. So I'm gonna go right to Matt. Matt, who are we looking at for offensive MVP? Right? Because last year, who would you say the offensive MVP was, Matt?
I mean, I would have to give it to Diggs. Josh Allen had his best year ever, but Diggs kind of brought it to that next level. So I'd have to give it to Diggs last year.
So who do you like this year?
This year, I'm going to give it to Josh because like I said before, I think Diggs isn't going to have the numbers-wise impact, and I think he'll be able to get more other people involved a little bit more, and he's going to take that. He's going to ascend and become the offensive player of the year and the league MVP.
Right.
I mean, I think Josh Allen's stats and Diggs' stats going to be better and understandably so, but I think Gabe Davis is going to step into that number 2 role. I wanted us to make a move, for a solidified number 2 guy. We ended up getting with Emmanuel Sanders, but seeing the preseason, just understanding the love that being got for Gabe Davis, you know what I'm saying? Saying, no, we're going to go with him, and I think he's going to take that next step. And if he do really take that next step and become a true number 2, like a real, number 2, I think, he's going to be the MVP, and it's going to bode well for our future going next year. That's when I think we can compete with the Chiefs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so who do we have for defensive MVP? Rad, how do you feel about that?
I got Rousseau. I don't know. I'm sorry. I got Rousseau. I think Rousseau. I think he's gonna get sacks. I think he's gonna be every game. Teams gonna have to try to pass to get back with us, and he's gonna open up for them boys. And I think he's gonna have some sacks and lead the team in sacks.
I'm going to go with Tremaine Edmonds. I think that the defensive line, they're coming back. They're going to be able to let him play a little bit more free. And I think he's going to go back to his, 120, 130 tackle season and be in talks for, best linebacker in the league at this point. I'm going to go with him.
That's interesting. So let me ask you this: since you went with Rousseau as a defensive MVP, do you have like a breakout player of the year? It doesn't necessarily have to be a rookie, but somebody that's kind of, I don't want to use the word obscurity, but not a mainstream Bills player, but you think he's going to have a huge impact on this season.
I don't know. I can go McKenzie, obviously. I can go, but I think I say Zach Moss gonna have more rushing touchdowns, gonna lead the team in rushing touchdowns. I think we're gonna use those guys, use him more so in the red zone, and Josh Allen not gonna put himself at risk as much. And I think Zach Moss gonna have 8-9 rushing touchdowns this year.
Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, I think he's going to break out this year with the same thing. We got more guys that can impact the game on the line next to him. I think it'll be able to free him up to, if he has a lot of one-on-ones, he's going to win those. So I think Ed Oliver is going to break out.
Interesting. So let's do this, y'all. Matt, if you can, I'm going to go to you real quickly. I need you to give the people the game that we are doing. Like we had the game last year. You got it queued up, Matt?
The contest.
The contest, yes.
Yeah. So well, it's going to be the same as last year. We want to have people get in on some of our sponsor love, man. Our sponsor is great. Buffalo Wing Kings, they are great enough to provide us with a chance for not only the Bills to win, but you guys to win. So what we're going to do is every week, we're going to do a score prediction for the Buffalo Bills game for whoever they're playing against. And in that game, you obviously you have to be following us, the Overdue Bills podcast, either on Instagram or on Facebook. You have to like us, like our page, like the post that we're putting up with the contest. It'll be put up later tonight and rerun throughout the week up until game time, up until probably 11 o'clock game time or game day, I should say. So you have to like, follow us, and then share the post, but also put in your score prediction for the game. Now, we may have multiple entries with the same score. What we're going to do for a tiebreaker is going to be the total offensive yards for the Buffalo Bills in that game. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be our contest. We're going to run it every week. The winner of the contest gets a $30 gift card to Buffalo Wing Kings. So that's a great chance. There doesn't cost anything to get in. You can win yourself some free wings every week on us.
Listen, definitely shout out the Buffalo Wing Kings. Listen, we're excited. We're really excited about this year. We tried to give you an action-packed show. We tried to hit pretty much everything, kind of do like an overall preview of what's going on. Be on the lookout for the interview coming up this Thursday. We're going to get real in depth with this Pittsburgh versus the Buffalo Bills game. So shout out to Stryker. He will be on the show. And we appreciate all of you being here. Listen, next show. Listen, I'm locked in now. I'm actually doing a fantasy draft and doing this show at the same time. Listen, we here. We making moves, baby. I'm ready. So we got merch. Let me say that again. Look at you see the black tees, gray tees, blue tees. Listen.
White.
Listen, we got what you need. Hit us up on all platforms to get your Bills gear before the game. Hit us up on all platforms to get your Bills gear before the game. And please keep this website in your mind, overduebillspod.com, because we're going to get our store set up. All you're going to do is going to be quick and easy. Boom. You're going to, press a button. We're going to ship it to your house. We got the people working at the post office. Shout out to Hefe. Shout out to everybody. Listen, thank you to my guy, Matt. Thank you to my guy, Rad. And I believe, we're done. Matt, we got anything else?
No, just just get ready for that interview. We got our guy Stryker coming on Thursday. Be on the lookout for that. We'll release a time for that. Definitely Thursday for sure.
For sure.
So that'll be that. He's always a really good interview. He's very insightful. If you don't know anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're gonna know a little bit before game time on Sunday. He'll let you know.
All right. And as customary as every show, we end it with hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
I tell you, we're gonna work on that, y'all. We're gonna work